Xian sat alone in the quiet of their bedroom, the air thick, with the lingering scent of Mia's favorite lavender perfume. The faint morning light peeked through the blinds, casting shadows on the walls adorned with memories of their life together. This room is the witness to their unshakable love. His trembling hands clutched a photograph of her, her radiant smile frozen in time, a stark contrast to the cold emptiness enveloping him. The silence in the room was deafening. It had been 3 days since Mia's funeral. 3 days of suffocating silence and excruciating pain left Xian adrift in a sea of despair. He hasn't come out of the house after the funeral. The world seemed to mock him with its indifference. Friends and family had come and gone, their words of comfort echoing hollowly in his ears, but it doesn't get into his heart. Now, he was alone with the weight of his grief and the daunting realization that he had no idea how to move forward. Xian holds Mia's photo as if his life depended on it. The image of his wife alive was clear in his mind.
How do I start my life without you?
Xian whispered to the empty room, feeling lost and heartbroken.
When every plan, every dream, they were all with you. How will I live each day when all our memories are painted in every corner of this house? It was never just me but meant for the two of us.
Xian mumbled each word with tears running down his face. His heart feels suffocated because of too much pain.
It feels like I'm going under and there's no one to save me. The stillness of the place is driving me insane. All I could remember was your radiant smile that brightened this place and your laughter echoing throughout the house. I need you here to remind me how beautiful life can be because right now, I can't appreciate it.
Xian spoke softly to Mia's photograph while crying heavily. He could still remember how this remarkable woman saved him in the past. He had grown up troubled, a product of a broken family after his parents separated when he was young. At an early age, he turned to vices, drinking and smoking to death just to mask the emptiness in his heart, using a facade of masculinity to conceal his inner pain. He goes with the wrong people to have a sense of belonging, but all those actions lead him in the wrong direction. He feels his life is a waste, but whenever he caused trouble at school, this beautiful angel would appear and calm him down. She always saved him from self-destruction and from drowning himself in misery. Mia was there to listen, never judging him like others did. She knocked his senses, encouraged him, offered guidance, and showed him that life wasn't just about his struggles and pettiness. It was rich with meaning and lessons to learn. From that day, he vowed to change himself and cherish the woman who saw his worth.
Tell me who will save me this time now that you're gone? Who will comfort me when I feel so down? I'm surrounded by people, yet I feel utterly alone.
Xian's voice trembled as he clung to the memories of Mia and all the goodness she brought into his life.
You give me reasons to live, but now my reason is gone. How will I keep moving when my mind and heart are numbed? I'm still stuck to the thought of us living and not just me alone.
Xian cried full of anguish and sorrow.
They say I can get through this, but how? No one understands the emptiness I feel inside. Nothing feels the same since you left.
Xian cried out, pouring his heart into the void. During the funeral, Xian tried not to break down because everyone was looking, but now, he was alone. He couldn't hold himself. He misses her, the amazing woman who stood by him throughout the pain and hardship, the one who understood him without telling, and who never left despite his negative reputation. Their minds and hearts were in sync. His mind drifted back again to the past. From the time they were together, Xian learned more about Mia. She was also living a hard life, and not a princess, as he pictured her to be. She grew up without a father, because he died when Mia was still young. She works double jobs to support herself while studying. With that thought, he admired her more. Her strong personality and humility drew him to her. He vowed to protect Mia with his life and cherish her like no other. He pursued Mia. Their entire relationship was full of love, respect, and dreams for their future. He now has a reason to live unlike before it was a wasted life. Throughout the relationship, they supported each other wholeheartedly. After graduation, Xian went abroad to earn more, as they planned to get married when he returned. The distance never troubled them. They trusted each other completely and always looked forward to their conversations during their free time. When they got married, he was very happy. He thinks everything is falling into place.
This is the start of my dream. I'm now looking at my future,
Xian said while gazing at Mia, who was smiling brightly. When they welcomed their first child, it was the happiest moment of their lives. They had created a beautiful creature out of their love. Everything felt perfect, until the day their world came crashing down. Their once joyful and peaceful life was shattered by devastating news. Mia had cancer. She had discovered a lump in her breast.
It was small, almost imperceptible, but it was there.
Mia told Xian with a shaky voice, trying to remain calm.
It's probably nothing, so we don't need to worry.
Mia said, but they both knew the fear that lingered beneath her words. The doctor's confirmation shattered their sense of security. Stage 3 breast cancer. The words were a death knell disguised as a diagnosis. But Mia was a fighter. Together, they resolved to face the trial with unwavering determination.
We'll get through this, Xian. We'll fight it together.
Mia said, her eyes alight with defiance. A will to survive. For the next 2 years, their lives revolved around hospital visits, chemotherapy sessions, and moments stolen from the jaws of despair. Mia's strength astounded Xian. Even on her worst days, when the pain was unbearable, she managed to smile for Ari, their child.
I want her to remember me happy.
Don't say that. You will be with her until she grows old. She will see your smile for a long time.
Xian tried to shake the negative thoughts. Their love deepened as they faced the storm together. Xian became Mia's rock, holding her hand during every treatment, cooking her favorite meals when she could eat, lifting her when she couldn't stand, and whispering words of encouragement when she felt like giving up. They celebrated small victories, like the day her scans showed a slight reduction in the tumor.
We're winning. This is the start of my recovery.
Mia said, her smile weak but hopeful. But cancer is a relentless enemy. Despite their efforts, Mia's condition worsened. The cancer spread, stealing her strength and dimming her light. Xian watched helplessly as the woman he loved slipped away bit by bit. For 2 years they have been fighting together. Xian never showed weakness in front of his family. He always exuded an aura of strength and positivity. But when Mia finally let go, that's when he broke down. He wanted to keep fighting, but he also saw how exhausted Mia was. She was in immense pain, even though she tried her best to hide it.
Promise me you'll keep living.
Mia had whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the machines. It was a nighttime when everyone was resting.
I don't know how.
Xian had choked out. Tears streamed down his face as he shook his head.
You will. I have trust in you.
Mia said, her lips curving into a faint smile.
You're stronger than you think, Xian. Live for both of us,
says Mia in an encouraging voice. Yet there's a tone of surrender.
I'm not ready to lose you.
Xian whispered as she lay in his arms, her breathing shallow.
I need you.
Xian said it almost breaking. At that moment, all of Xian's masked bravery disappeared, replaced with a broken soul.
You'll be okay.
How can I when you are my rock, my world?
Xian says in a broken voice. He had a hard time accepting the soon reality.
You have to, Xian, for our Ari. She needs you.
Xian felt pain upon remembering their daughter, thinking she would grow up without her mom. It's more tormenting. He cried, holding her tight, his wife's words hinting a goodbye.
How could I live the way you want, when everything just revolves around you? When I never pictured myself to be alone.
Xian thought to himself. Their dream of traveling the world together, growing old side by side, watching sunsets from their porch. It all felt meaningless now. His heart ached with a pain so profound it left him gasping for air.
I have never asked for anything in my life before. I don't even know you, but here I am, kneeling before you, humbling myself and begging you to please spare my wife's life. Please, my lord, do not take her away from us. We need her. I need her.
Xian prayed harder than he prayed in his entire life, hoping for a miracle, hoping that the man above would listen to his pleas. Every second means a lot. Every tick from the clock brings agony to Xian's heart. He doesn't want to let go, but Mia's situation becomes worse, and it pains him to look at her like that. So, he accepted that any moment she would be gone, and that's the hardest thing to accept. During the final days, Xian never left her side. He even deprived himself of sleep. He wants to stay close to her, watching her face, her expression, and her movement. He's afraid that at any second he might lose her.
I love you so much. You and Ari are the best blessings I have received from above. Please take care of her and yourself.
When Mia passed, Xian felt like the world had ended. The days blurred into a haze of sorrow. He drowned himself in memories, replaying every laugh, every touch, every word. He wore her wedding ring on a chain around his neck, clutching it like a lifeline.
I feel so lost without you. I don't know how would I ever get over this pain of losing you.
Xian murmurs in a whisper as if Mia heard him. He only spent his days inside their room. One morning, he opened his eyes and looked around the room, his gaze falling on Mia's journal resting on the bookshelf. He hesitated for a moment before reaching for it, his hands trembling as he flipped through the pages. Her neat handwriting filled the pages with thoughts, dreams, and moments she had cherished. Toward the end, the entries grew sparse and shaky, but her love for him shone through every word.
Xian, I know you'll feel lost without me. But remember, our love was never about the things we did or the places we went. It was about the moments we shared, the laughter, the quiet times. Those cannot be taken from us. You carry me in your heart, and as long as you do, I'll never truly be gone.
Tears blurred his vision as he clutched the journal to his chest. He wanted to believe her words, to feel her presence in the memories they had created. But the weight of grief was suffocating, pulling him deeper into despair.
Keep going as if I was never gone. Don't lose hope. Live life as you're meant to be.
Xian cried heavily. Amid his despair, Ari's small voice pulled him back.
Daddy, can we look at Mommy's pictures? I miss her.
Xian's heart broke anew. Mia had been right. He had to keep going not just for himself but for their daughter. Slowly, Xian began to rebuild his life around the fragments of their love. He filled their home with reminders of Mia, not as a shrine to his grief, but as a testament to her life. He told Ari stories about her mother, ensuring that Mia's spirit remained alive in their hearts. On Mia's birthday, they baked her favorite chocolate cake and released lanterns into the sky, whispering their wishes to her. Xian's pain never truly disappeared, but he learned to carry it. He found solace in the memories of their love and strength in the bond he shared with Ari. Over time, he realized that Mia's legacy wasn't just in the pain of her loss, but in the love she had left behind. That love became his guide, helping him navigate a world that felt so empty without her. One evening, as Xian tucked Ari into bed, she looked up at him with her mother's eyes.
Do you think Mommy can see us, Daddy?
Xian smiled at her daughter, his heart aching with a bittersweet tenderness.
I think she's watching over us always. And I think she's proud of us too.
As he closed the door to Ari's room, Xian stood in the hallway, clutching the chain around his neck.
I'll keep going, Mia. For you. For Ari. For the love we shared. You will always be in our hearts.
And in that moment, Xian knew he would survive. Not because the pain was gone, but because he carried her love within him. It was the anchor that kept him afloat, the light that guided him through the darkness. Even in the depths of heartbreak, he carried the weight of his pain in silence. In their smiles, he found the will to endure and the courage to honor her memory by moving forward. For someone you love, even in death, can never truly be lost.